This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the Ruskin Group Theater for their presentation of A Raisin in the Sun.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
I am Lita Gaither-Zoen. This is my first time directing A Raisin in the Sun. I'm very aware of the piece. I am myself a playwright. I was nominated for a Tony for co-writing the Broadway musical It Ain't Nothing But the Blues. So I am very aware of the female playwrights, and Lorraine Hansberry is just one of those playwrights that I just totally have great admiration for, and she was one of the writers that truly inspired me when I was young, and her creative work and her concern about social justice and class and racism has truly gotten me interested in regarding the needs and the concerns of the community. So it's my pleasure and an honor actually to be chosen to direct this piece.
What do you like so much about The Raisin in the Sun? Because again, some things I just can't identify with just because I feel the emotion coming out there. I know it's more than me. I know the emotion probably appeals more to an African American person than me. What really is this about?
Well, actually, this, in my opinion, is a universal story, one of those who are in search of obtaining the American dream. The American dream consists of owning property and being able to send your children to the right schools and getting an education, a college degree, and this piece, I believe, is universal because it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, Latino. We all are the same in regards to wanting to better ourselves and wanting to see that our communities are safe and secure. So this is a story of hope, and I think everyone is hopeful in regards to their future.
Yeah, as a director, your hardest job is casting. What do you look for in your casting?
I would have to say I look for a person that walks in prepared, because usually they are given some form of the script, maybe a couple pages, and they should come in knowing what the scene is about, the character that they're going to be auditioning for, and some understanding of the period. And if they can do that, then that's the first thing. Okay. Now, if they are able to really tap into the emotion of the character, then they'll get the job. It really is about an actor being able to give an honest depiction of a character so that they're real. It's not phony. It's not put on. You really feel like you know this person, a friend, a neighbor, an associate, someone on the job. So if they can make them real, natural, they'll get the job.
I love the play. I thought it was fantastic. You know, I could feel the emotion. I even felt some of the emotion that I didn't identify with, because I knew there was a lot going on and I just feel it. I've got a question for you. Basically, a lot of students listen to my show, a lot of community theater actors listen to my show. What's the best advice you can give them to help along with their career?
I would say if you're just starting out, it is so important to go out and see artistry. If it's being done on a community level, I will say it is important to go no matter who's in it, because you'll get familiar in regards to the work that's out there, which could also help you in regards to finding certain pieces that will work for you in regards to auditioning when you're you're up for a particular job, they'll ask you at times to come in with a monologue, and if you don't have a piece that really suits you, your age, your look, your background, something that you can identify with, then you're going to have a hard time getting the casting director or the director to hire you because you don't have a piece of auditioning material that's suitable for you. So I would encourage, if you're just starting out, no matter where you are, go if you can't afford it. But I have to say, one thing that's wonderful about the Music Center, they have tickets that you can get if you just come the same day. So it's not that it can't be affordable. It is affordable. You just have to be able to know what to look for.
Thanks for the advice, and once again, I really love the show. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having us. We love you for being here and enjoying the show. Thanks so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
My name is Stella Dubois. I'm playing Lena Younger in this awesome play called A Raisin in the Sun.
Yeah, could I get a brief bio of you?
A bio?
Bio, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Have you seen The Notebook or Big Mama's House or Waiting Takes Hell and Lost? That's just brief, but I've been doing this for a number of years, over 30 years. I love theater. I'm a Tony nominee, and I've been in movies that have been nominated for Oscars, but I'm hoping that I'm an actor whose work is respected. That's the bottom line. That's all I've ever wished for. I am playing the matriarch, Lena Younger, Mama. She's a woman of dreams. Some of hers have been deferred, and then with the death of her husband, renewed again, because now she sees the hope of being able to move out of the situation she's been living in and doing the very best she can to move someplace and to be a homeowner as opposed to a renter. And it took the death of my husband and an insurance policy for this to happen. So in his foresight and propheticness, because we talked about putting money away when we first married to buy a home. And it took us over 35 years for that to happen. So it's important. It's important for us all to grow as human beings, as individuals, and collectively as a family. She only wants the best for her family. You can see how hard she works so that Benita can have literally anything she wants and flits from one thing to the other on a whim. But we go and buy it for her because we know if we expose her to all the wonderful things that this life has to offer, an education, a means to have a better life, then I'm seeing myself again in her. I'm seeing myself again even in my son, his dreams, though a little off maybe, because all of us can be caught up in a scam or a scheme. But it's so wonderful that our dream was realized, and that not only a better life, a new home, and for my grandson Travis. So that's two of the Younger family that will have an education more than high school. Not negating that, but back in the day when Mama was in the South, she picked cotton. She's a domestic goddess, as they say. But it's an honest living, and she's doing the very best for her family, and I think that's what all of us try to do.
I looked at her like an entire snapshot, a personification of an entire generation, of the entire era before the civil rights movement. This is what she had to survive through, and because she survived that, the rest of, humanity doesn't have to do the same thing anymore.
Well, you know what? It's amazing, because my grandmother told me that education would be my way out. I was in college, and I'm a part of the civil rights movement. I was in Maryland State. It's a historical black college. It's now University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Klan burnt a cross. We were chased by dogs. We were hoed, all of that. And we were ready to die in order to live, because we also, even as students, understood that we mattered, that we had the right to eat, sleep, live wherever we would choose if we could afford to do that. And so that hasn't changed. And it hasn't changed for any race of people. This is a story about the younger family, but it could also be an everyman. Everybody has hopes and dreams to be better, to grow, to accomplish, and to blossom. So that's the hopes for all of us.
Once again, I just love your performance. I thought it was fantastic. I love the performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you for coming to see us and supporting us.
Hi, my name is Ashton Brooks. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Rhetoric Williams. From the East Coast, just moved out here to LA. I've been out here for a little bit, like 5 years maybe. Obviously, a thespian actor. I did television, film for a little bit. And I'm getting back into the theater groove, man. What's really strange or ironic about this show is I was talking to a friend of mine just recently. I said, man, I want to get back into some theater, because I came out here from New York. I was in New York for years. I did a little bit of theater in New York, and since being in LA, it's been television, film, and there's something different about theater, man. It has a gritty kind of you can really just sink your teeth into it, and not even that, what it gives back to is this live energy. It's so strange. So I said, man, I want to kind of get into some theater, and I was a little bit biased. Coming from New York, you were biased against Los Angeles theater. I was so wrong. I live next to LATC, which is Los Angeles Theater Center. I went in there first, saw a show. Man, it was amazing. I mean, amazing. Then I went over to a little bit further out in North Hollywood, saw another theater. I was like, oh, that's. So I told a buddy of mine. I said, man, I want to start doing some theater here in LA. Ironically, the next day, I'm not lying. The next day, I went into an audition for a feature film. And the casting director said, after the whole thing was over, he said, that was really good. He said, would you mind auditioning for a theater project that I actually know about, and they're looking for your type right now? Same day kind of project. So I went out there, auditioned, and man, it's been downhill ever since. And I was like, wow. I don't want to say like speak it into existence, but I just feel like everything happens for a reason. And what I'm really trying to get at is people who live in LA, come out and support Los Angeles theater. I'm not even from LA. I've been here for a few years, and I'm just now kind of getting into the Los Angeles theater, and it's so rich out here. Get into Los Angeles theater. Anyone who lives in the area or is here visiting or whatever, just look it up. Obviously, come check us out. Raisin in the Sun at the Ruskin's Theater Group. It's out here in Santa Monica, and just come through and have a good time. Have a good time. I played Walter Lee Younger. You know what? He's been played by so many different people. You had, obviously, Sidney Poitier. I shouldn't even say so many different people, because I don't want to get myself in trouble, but I think Sidney Poitier and Walter Lee Younger. You can't say Walter Lee Younger without saying Sidney Poitier. And then thereafter, there's been, you have obviously Danny Glover, who's an amazing talent. You had Sean Combs, who played him on Broadway. And there's various other talented actors who have grabbed the character of Walter Lee. So for me, what Walter Lee Younger represents to me is Laureen Hansberry, the playwright. He represents that South Side Chicago man that she saw all her life, that she knew about, and she decided to put in the script and write about. And he's someone who is he's hopeful, but at the sense where it's not so much hope, it's faith, and faith in a higher power in himself. And he's the masculine force, I guess you would say, on the stage, which is kind of like interesting for me, because I'm not like a rough and tumble guy. I mean, although I come from humble beginnings, and I will roll up my sleeves and go to work when it's time to do so. But people that know me know I got a smile on my face. I'm cool. I'm easy to get along with. But Walter Lee has really been beat down by life, and he's kind of worn. But you don't necessarily see it because of the fact that he's a man. He's a man. In preparation, one of my preparation techniques, I shouldn't even be giving away. You got such a kind face, man. I feel like you're trustworthy. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. No, I'm kidding. Muddy Waters. I listen to Muddy Waters, and a lot of Muddy Waters songs describe the character of Walter Lee and kind of that essence of who he is. I'm a man. Like it just kind of that's what it is to me. He represents the rock in a family where not necessarily like out in the forefront, but he's not going to be broken, and it's such a beautiful thing when you see it happen. You see him exposed, and you see that exterior come away. It's a beautiful moment because that's where you see what a man really is, which is ironically not that. It's someone who can just keep on going and is able to be malleable and move through, but then actually have kind of a sense of steadfast in that moment, which is given to him by his family. So then you see a man in a situation, and it's just, to me, it's a beautiful written script. And like I said, when I hear Walter Lee, I think two things: Leanne Hansberry and Sidney Poitier, because I love Sidney Poitier. He knocked it out of the park. And Leanne Hansberry, she's just, bless her soul for literally cultivating everything that was in her mind, body, and spirit to be able to put that on paper and to say, this is a story that needs to go on and on and on, And I'm just blessed to be able to, have a stage. Thank you to John and thank you to everyone who was involved with this theater project, who was giving me a stage to be able to be a part of that. Yeah.
Well, I loved your performance. I thought you were fantastic.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I really do.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Brooks. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Charlotte Williams. I am a 2-year graduate from Cal State Fullerton. I got my BFA there. I'm a member of Town Street Theater Company. I've been doing work since I graduated, out in shows, and I love theater. And I play Benita. I love Benita. Benita is smart, very intelligent, and she wants so much more for her life. She's in a situation and she wants to get out. And I know what that feels like, to want something and you quite don't know how to get it. But she's spunky, she's witty, she's sassy. She is so much fun, and I'm so glad I had the honor to play her.
It reminds me a little bit about statistics I once heard about African American women. They're actually rated in earning potential higher. It's like they make a lot more money, a lot more money than say the black men. And her character, it's like, first of all, she had a choice between a foreign dignitary or a millionaire. She could be a doctor. It's like this person had a really, really good life when you think about it.
Yeah, Benita, her dream to be a doctor, I think it comes from, once again, wanting more and being able to help and heal and soothe the situation that is damaged, being able to repair, which is kind of where she is right now, where her family is. But eventually you see that healing process happen. And so being her dream and desire to become a doctor, I feel, has a lot more meaning than just being a doctor. You know what I mean? It really, it's about healing for her.
Another question about the black experience, because there's some things I'm not going to understand about this play, the raw emotions about it. But it's kind of like I was thinking, hey, take the money, move into some other white neighborhood. I mean, what is it? What's taking on that then?
Because I totally get that. And when I first read it, I was like, what? That's a brilliant idea, Walter. But it's not, because if we settle, we'll never have what we can fully have. We will never have and reach our full potential. We'll always get mediocre, and we'll be able to be bought. And at the end of the day, that's what Walter Lee is saying. If he takes lenders' money, that you can buy us, and there should never be a price on who you are and what you're worth and what someone else should tell you that you should be able to do. And so that's where I think it comes from. We as the people, like this place says, we've been sharecroppers, and I'd rather be that than me get to a certain place and you tell me, oh, but you can't have that. But take some money. There you go. And are you happy? No, I'm not happy. I'm going to be where I know I can be, because I'm a person just like you. And you can't be bought, neither can I. So that's where I think that comes from.
Also, it says a lot about the country, too, that we don't have to worry about that anymore. I mean, things like this may happen, but it's not like this justice justifies people's opinion of us. We don't have to worry about that anymore. That's actually a very nice thing about this country.
I think it's we've grown as a country, absolutely, but I feel like we have still a long way to go because now I feel like the racism is more camouflaged, and even though it's not blatant, oh yeah, don't move into that neighborhood, there's other ways that people try to get you not to move, you know what I mean, or not to get where you want to go in life. It's more camouflaged and more hidden, which actually makes it harder to fight. So even though it's not as out there, it's still there, you know. So yes, we have we've come a far way, but we've still got a long way to go in this country.
Okay. Well, I love your performance. I love the performance as a whole.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, my name is Ashton Brooks. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Angel Brooks. I started acting way back in the day in 1992. I quit for about 10 years. This is my first play back in about 10 years. I haven't worked in 10 years.
Great, and which character did you play?
Ruth. I was told when I started that she is the glue of the family, that she holds everything together. She's the fixer. And that kind of carried me through the play, knowing that I have to keep a solid head, a calm head, and be very, very practical. And then there are a couple of moments where Ruth is like, I cannot hold it together any longer. We got to get out of here. We have to, and she finally loses it. But for the most part, she tries to keep everybody together, keep everybody strong, calm. She's a peacemaker and the comforter. She's uber mom to everybody.
I actually consider your character the leading person. The person who played your husband was actually more of an anti-hero, but yours was actually the leading actor. I can't say I love leading actors because I feel they're just playing themselves, but I really love the way you played it. I could feel the emotion. I could feel the desperation. I could feel all that you communicated.
Thank you so much. And I've never been to Chicago. I've never lived in a tenement. I've never lived in an apartment growing up, but I could relate to a dream deferred. I could relate to wanting something so badly and getting so close to getting it and then having it snatched away. And that I can relate to. That desperation is what locked me in. Yeah, I mean, everybody can, huh?
Yeah. This play kind of identifies differently from African Americans to non-African Americans, because I know a lot was going, more than I could really understand. So could you tell me about, because I was thinking, hey, $10,000, just take the money and buy another house in a non-white neighborhood.
Right. You would think, and then they're gonna pay you even more than $10,000. Take the money and move someplace else. My logical mindset, do it. But it's the principle of it. It's being told you are not wanted and you are not worthy. And just out of principle, having to say we are not going to give in to that. We are not less than, and we're going to stand and we're going to fight. We're going to do whatever we got to do to be treated equally. We are human beings, and it's all about the principle of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, also, I thought they were saying, hey, give it a shot. You're actually going to like this. This isn't like, this is not what you expected. And eventually, at the end, it's not going to be like a war. It's actually going to be people just get along.
Or not. Because we heard the stories of Nat King Cole living in Hancock Park. Nat King Cole, a superstar. People played his music all the time, but they burned a cross on his front lawn in Hancock Park. So we are determined to be pioneers. The youngers are determined to be pioneers and take whatever they dish out at us, because we know that we are paving a path for future generations. And I think that's what Lorraine Hansberry was saying. No, it's worth it. It's worth having a cross burn on your lawn. It's worth being cursed out. It's worth being hated, just to change the viewpoint of African Americans, just to change and let people see that we are not afraid, that we're humans, and that we're equal.
Once again, I thought your performance was fantastic. I thought the play was fantastic. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Brooks. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with...
My name is Jaden Martin. I live in Southern California, and I came out here about 5 years ago to LA to become an actor. Today I played Travis Younger in Raisin and the Sun. Travis is a regular kid, he likes to go out and play, and he doesn't really know much about what's going on in his family, but he's a regular kid,
I know this play means something different different to an African American person to a non-African American? Because I'm thinking, hey, just take the money, buy another house in another white neighborhood. I mean, who cares what they call you as long as you get the money? But what's your take on that, though?
You know, at first I was thinking that too, but it's more about the values. You know, it's the thought that you can't just because you're a different color to let other people come and just tell you that you can't live in a certain area. So I think it's more about the values than the money at that point. But yeah.
Also, I think it's about an insult too. It's like, how could someone actually tell you you're beneath someone? I mean, it's like that. I mean, again, I can't identify it as much as probably you can, but so when someone just goes there and says, hey, you just get out of here. No, we don't want you here. I mean, what do you think about that?
I mean, it's painful and it's crazy just because of the skin. I mean, you all bleed the same. So I believe too that it is more of an insult. So you're like, oh, no, I'm not gonna move because this guy's a jerk. Yeah.
Once again, I love your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Brooks. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with...
I'm Krishnan Cordula. Born in New York, raised in Jersey. I've been in LA for 4 years, studying hard, working hard, and now here we are doing Raisin in the Sun. I'm very proud and happy to be part of the cast, and it's an honor and it's a pleasure to work with such great material. I play George Murchison. George is a very proud man. He feels like he's gotten to a certain place in his life, and his family has gotten to a certain place, and he feels that people have to work hard to get to a certain level, and he's all about trying to get ahead through education, through being in the right place at the right time, being in with the right group of people, and he's just a proud black man who obviously Benitha doesn't agree with or see eye to eye on all the time, but he walks through the world in a different way.
I haven't decided whether I like George or if I don't. If he's like the 1%er, he just happened to be a black 1%er. I mean, I don't know if I like him or not.
Well, he has unlikable qualities, we'll call him, but again, he has his thought on how to live his life and how to succeed in 1940s, 50s America, and that's just his take on it. And so you might like him, you might hate him, but he's just a man walking through the world, and he's trying to kind of get his woman, his wife, to kind of feel the same way as he does and live a certain lifestyle. And if that's wrong, I don't know. But either way, he's got a heart and he's just doing his thing. It's an iconic African American play for a reason, and it's standing the test of time. It's going to be done before I'm gone, after I'm gone and buried. So it's a testament to great writing, to a core understanding of the black experience, and to a sense of pride in their African American heritage. And I don't think it's not going to go away anytime soon. I think a lot of the themes that she touches upon in her writing are very much relevant today, and so it's an honor again to be part of it in 2016 with everything going on in the news, with everything going on in the world. All of these themes are very much applicable to what we're looking at today.
Well, I love the performance. I thought you guys were a fantastic acting cast. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Pleasure.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Mahira Hall. So I've been acting, moved to LA, been here for about 5 years, kind of going after the dream, man. Got a great opportunity to do this play with a great cast, great director, just a great opportunity to grow as an actor and also just get some great material, which is obviously rare in this town anyway. I'm playing Asagai. I'm playing Asagai in Raisin in the Sun. Asagai is an interesting character because he really kind of sees the system of America from a kind of like a third party point of view. He can kind of like see it and really see the truth, see the inequities, really see the inequalities of what's going on, and have a fresh perspective, because when you're in it, it's hard to really discern what's happening. But when you can kind of see it from the standpoint of not growing up in it and really being able to identify, okay, this is wrong, this is right, this is kind of how it should be, but the system might have tricked you into believing it's this way.
I love the performance. I thought it was fantastic, and I actually love your performance too. I felt you like again, almost like the storyteller, telling a wider angle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think my character exists in the play really to really be that point of view. It's kind of like from the audience's perspective, seeing what this family is going through and really trying to like guide, in this case, Benita, but she's kind of struggling with, what do I do? She's kind of dealing with her, the loss of this money, and she's trying to pursue her dreams. And it's so easy when you're pursuing your dreams to give up, because adversity is always going to hit you in some way, shape, or form. And the easy thing to do is to give up. The easy thing to do is to give into that. And the hard thing to do is to really say no, and like really know what your purpose is, and know like where you're going. Really know your identity. And that's kind of what she wants the whole time. And if you don't have your identity in life, you're not going to go anywhere, because you have to know who you are, and you have to know in that you're going to know where you're going. So I think I'm helping her to like really like figure out that identity for herself, because I kind of have that for me, but I'm trying to help her because I love her and I want her to also have that and kind of be by my side.
That actually kind of answers a little bit of the question too that I had. I keep asking everyone, why don't you just take the money? Just take the money. It's probably like $10,000. Just go buy another house in another white neighborhood and just take. But then they're really saying, no, I want you to admit you don't belong here. This is not you. I want you to give up your identity.
Yeah, it's really it's the theme is like, are you going to let someone else define who you are? And again, especially like in today's day and age, like media, and there's so much misinformation out there of people trying to tell you who you are. And like, if you're getting bombarded with it left and right, and from your own, kind of your family is like your bedrock. And if even your bedrock it's kind of like splintering, then it's very easy for those messages to come through and really kind of infiltrate your mind in a bad way. So yeah, I think the big part of this is really the perseverance to not allow that to happen, and not just do what might be the easy way out, or what's really not going to allow you to grow. Because in life, you have to go through these experiences and reframe them in a way that allows you to grow. And again, this play is great because that's the message at the end. It's like, don't just take the easy road. Don't just do what's expected of you. Like really, if it's hard, it's probably worth it. Yeah.
Once again, loved the performance. Loved your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Josh Drennan. I was born in Colorado. I've been out in Los Angeles about 20 years. Came out here to be an investment banker and ended up somehow on the stage. I play Carl Linder. He's there to make a very distinct point that there were still problems and between the racial divides, and I think it still rings true today, unfortunately. Yeah.
Was he the type of person who was just kind of ignorant? He says, oh, these people are just like me. They want money. Okay, I'll just give them money. I'm going to insult them, but I just won't going to give them money. I mean, what is it? Because, some of us, if you were white, if you were a non-black, they would say, just take the money and move another white neighborhood. I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, certainly. I mean, I think his point of view, Lindner's point of view, is that he's doing something that he thinks is fair and in the best interest, certainly of himself and his neighborhood. I don't think he's deliberately trying to hurt anybody, but he's obviously overlooking some very distinctive problems. Yeah.
I love the play, but again, because I'm not African American, I really can't understand it. It's kind of like this meant more. I know very well. I could feel the emotion. This meant more to say an African American person than to a non-African American person.
It did, huh? I mean, I didn't see it, so I'd have to trust your opinion on that.
Yeah. Well, I loved your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
A Raisin in the Sun will be playing at the Ruskin Group Theater from July 22nd to September 17th. For more information, go to www.ruskingrouptheater.com.